Hello beautiful people, Carl here from Brrraaains Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's horror movie review time. The 1981 Joe Dante directed werewolf flick The Howling was a unique horror film. Sexy, sleazy and satirical. It took the werewolf genre in a different direction, but it still made sense. Howling II, Your Sister is a Werewolf, is the opposite in almost every way. Wacky, but not exactly wonderful. It comes from a screenplay written by Robert Sarno and Gary Brandner and is loosely based on the former's 1979 novel The Howling II, directed by Philippe Mora. It stars Christopher Lee, yes, Sybil Danning, Annie McEnroe and Reb Brown. The latter plays Ben White. You're thinking, oh, that name sounds familiar. That's because he's the brother of journalist Karen White from the first film, who was played by Dee Wallace originally. She is being buried, and Ben is grief-stricken, so probably not the best time for Stephen Crosco, Christopher Lee's character, to tell him, hey, she's a werewolf. Obviously, Ben's like, no, what? Are you crazy? He doesn't believe him, put it that way. But something about the man and what he says is enough to make Karen's colleague and Ben's girlfriend, Annie McEnroe, go after him. Providing the video evidence of her transformation, Crosco reveals that Karen is now undead and she must be destroyed with a silver spike before she rises from the grave. Yeah, it's all very vampiric, isn't it? Even if it is rare to see Lee staking the undead instead of being staked. Come on, you can't watch this film and not put him in certain other roles. Anyway, following all this nonsense, the film then goes off the rails completely, as he reveals to them that there is a werewolf queen in Transylvania and they need to go and destroy her. Her name is Sturba, played by Sybil Danning, and along with her mate, Vlad, played by John Oman, new concubine Marinia, played by Marsha Hunt, and minion Earl, Ferdy Main, she plans to take over the world with an army of werewolves. Can they successfully infiltrate a sexy party and put a stop to the furry beast before it's too late? Will anyone look comfortable in their outfits? Will that new wave punk band ever stop playing that goddamn song?
Party time! Ow! It's the rocking, shocking, new wave of horror. Howling II.
Your dreams again, howling.
Howling II, Your Sister's a Werewolf is almost a so bad it's good film. It certainly manages to be entertaining, but for all the wrong reasons. It is an absolute mess of a film that embodies its release period, but equally feels like nothing else released at that time. Yet the nonsense of the story and its poor characters, the awkward acting and overt sexualization of many moments, the failure of horror and comedy, it all comes together in such disastrous style, it's actually hard to not get invested. It is a bad film, and it feels like a fever dream, but scene after scene grabs the attention, especially once it moves into Transylvania. Then the madness ramps up, and we get classic scenes such as the werewolf orgy, which looks like it was so embarrassing for everyone involved, and my favourite Howling moment across all the films to date, the sight of Christopher Lee donning hip, new wave style sunglasses at a club while a new wave punk band called Babel plays their song The Howling. Should you also make it to the end credits, you will get to see, this is insane, a repeated shot of Sybil Danning's bare breasts, repeated over and over again, just constantly over and over again, her front tearing open. It is that kind of film. Ultimately, as entertaining as all of this is, as all this crapness is, it fails as a horror film by being about as scary as a sleepy poodle that has no teeth. As strange as the first film was, at least it made the werewolves in that frightening. I don't even know how to sum this film up. I think, like I said, you will be entertained, but entertained by how bad it is. And that's not a good thing. That's not what we should be striving for. And as a sequel to the original Howling, this is madness. This is insane. And it felt like we'd peaked already for the madness, but like seeing the films that come after it, this might just be one slice of overall madness in the sort of grand scheme of things. Even now, I can't tell you if I actually like this film. I remember it though, or at least I remember scenes from it, so I suppose that's quite something. I watched this a good few weeks ago, as at the time of recording. Honestly, if you like the first film, you won't like this, because like it's so different. But that difference is appealing. I think you should check it out. I think you should check it out and make up your own mind of this. It's so weird. It is Howling II, Your Sister Was a Werewolf. You got any thoughts that you want to share? You know what to do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.